To connect to Salesforce using BIME, we'll first need to choose the Salesforce connector. When I click on Next, we'll now need to authenticate with Salesforce. Select the username associated to the account that we wish to connect to. And in the Info section, we have 3 different ways of connecting to Salesforce. Firstly, we can connect to a standard table, such as account, campaign, case, contact, lead, opportunity, or task. We then have more advanced tables, accepted event relation, account history, and many others. We then also have an SOQL editor. But first, let's take a look at connecting to a standard table. I'm going to select Account and click on Next. BIME will split up the fields in that table into attributes and measures. We can see that for this table, we only have attributes. That's to say, fields with text values. When I click on Next, we can choose Cloud Storage. We always recommend using cloud storage for caching connections from Salesforce. Here we'll select Deja Vu up to 200,000 rows. When I click on Next, BIME will import the data from this account table into our Deja Vu cloud storage cache. Once the data is ready, we'll click Done, and we now have access to all of the fields from our account table. We can use these fields in conjunction with a dynamic count calculated measure available in every connection. This counts the number of rows in the table. We then have the SOQL editor, where we can create a select statement and select various fields from our table. To view the different fields in a table, we can do that from here, where we get a list of all the different field labels and the field names that we'll need to use in our SOQL query. So we can now start to select the fields we wish to have in our connection, ID, name, type, for example. We can also access, using the SOQL editor, fields which aren't necessarily contained within the standard table. Here, using lookups, we can specify data from outside of the standard table, created by .name, owner.name, for example, is how you would specify these. We'll add created date, specify the table from which we want it to be taken, from account in this case, validate the query to see it's okay. Then when we click on Next, we'll go through the same process as before by splitting up the fields into attributes and measures.